I just can't reason with this person. I'm trying to, but I can't. Girl had a lot to say. Oh. I know she did not, but it was though. Just saying. Okay. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Gianna Lian and I basically just bring you along throughout my life. Hey guys, you requested it, so I'm delivering. I'm kind of nervous for this video, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm bringing it back. Part 2, I'm reading 1-star reviews on my favorite books. Some of my favorite books. You guys seem to absolutely love the last one, so we're back. We're doing it again, bringing you a part 2. I have my laptop here and I have some Goodreads reviews pulled up. We're gonna go down this rabbit hole again. I'm low-key really nervous for this, which brings me to a disclaimer. These are all my opinions, obviously. Everyone has their own opinions, so just wanted to bring that out there that these are my opinions. You don't have to agree with me, and that is a-okay. Okay, so we're just gonna jump into the first book because I'm interested in seeing these reviews. I'm not gonna lie. So the first one we are gonna talk about is Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering, yeah. I loved this book, guys. I just want to say that I loved this book, so we're gonna see what people have to say. So let's pull up these reviews. This person's 1-star review says that she DNF'd it. So DNF around page 170. This reads like a really cringy Wattpad fanfic circa 2013. She's quirky, not like the other girls, and doesn't know that she's beautiful. He's an attractive psychopath, and they're addicted to each other. The writing is awful, the characters are awful. I honestly hated just about every aspect of this book. I rolled my eyes so many times in the first 30 or so pages. I should have taken that as a sign to stop instead of trying to power through. Okay, so we're really kicking off the reviews pretty aggressive. I'm really sad that she DNF'd it because I don't know why I loved this book so much. I feel like it just had so much going on, so it was really interesting to keep reading, and I felt like I just really didn't get bored of it. Even with the back and forth, I still just felt like it was worth it. Okay, my chair is making really weird noises. I'm sorry. But I definitely don't agree with the writing part of her review because I did not find this book to be Wattpad-y at all. Yes, there's immatureness because of the toxic relationship that is going on in the book, but I really enjoyed the writing in this one, so I don't agree with her. Sorry. I'm like trying to find reasonings, but I do agree that he is a psychopath. I do feel like when I was reading this book, I was like, red flag, red flag, red flag. Because obviously I was like, girl needs to run. She needs to get the heck out of there. Like, this guy is like crazy. But yeah, I do agree with that part, but the rest, still my favorite book. Next, if I could give this 0 stars, I would. This book was horrible and maybe of the worst books I read in 2018. 2018, wow, this review is old. The problem? Nothing happened. It was painfully boring and I hated all the characters. Not hate, but I simply didn't care a single damn about any of the characters. It went nowhere and I could care less about their toxic relationship. Also, the writing felt painfully juvenile. Okay, girl had a lot to say. Once again, didn't find this boring, so I don't agree with that. I only hated the guy, Stefan. I only hated him because of how psycho he was and how hurtful he was throughout the book. But I actually really liked Lucy, like the main character, and I thought that she like had good character development, so I don't know. Don't know what else to say about her review, to be honest. This one's a short and sweet one. Sweet. Do you want to read a book about the stupidest woman alive? Then read this book. I'm actively mad at myself for not DNFing this piece of trash. T. Wow, okay. Way to keep it short. Obviously she made really bad decisions throughout the book. We can all agree on that if you've read the book. But if you hated it so much, why didn't you just DNF it? Girl should have just DNF'd it. Just saying. Moving on, because this book apparently is hated by a lot of people. We're gonna move on to my absolute favorite book that I've ever read, and it's I'm Glad My Mom Died. Oh, let me grab the book. Oh, it's right here. This one, right here. I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. You guys know, if you've watched my channel before, how obsessed I am with this book. I have nothing bad to say about this book, so these reviews are truly gonna hurt my heart. But when I was trying to find the 1-star reviews, there are no 1-star reviews. It actually says that there's not, but there are a few 2-star reviews. So I'm gonna read you the 2-star reviews because this book was just so good that it didn't have any 1-star reviews. It says, I'm happy Jeanette was able to tell her story and show how terrible it is to have such an abusive mom and what the entertainment industry can do to a child. My rating does not reflect how true and important the telling of her story is. The writing of the story, however, was very painful to get through. It could have been edited better with how repetitive it is. It also has no self-reflecting within the story. Not that she isn't a victim, because she is. How she viewed other women and other women friendships also bothered me. I can see how coming from such a competitive career like acting could have caused that, but I could have loved to see more self-reflecting on that part as well. So I don't think that this review is bad, obviously, because they still enjoyed the book and enjoyed like the whole premise of the book is what I'm trying to say, I think. Yeah. I honestly think that they just went into it with different expectations, which I do with books too, but when I was going into it, like, I was very happy with the end result and how the book was laid out, so I don't agree with that part, to be honest. For me to agree with one part is I did think that some parts were repetitive, but I thought that that was more her just adding emphasis on what she was trying to say. Moving on. This one says, this book should be published with many trigger warnings, the biggest of all one that says, do not step near this if you have had or consider yourself possibly one day having an eating disorder. I think a lot of the things published in this book, which is not advertised as having eating disorder related content and bears 0 warnings, are wildly inappropriate and should not have been published. Incredibly triggering piece of work. I can see where this person is coming from because this book does deal with a lot of heavy subjects, like a lot. It's basically the main book, like the majority of the book. I definitely, like I always say and always tell you guys, check trigger warnings, but I kind of like, with the promotion of this book through TikTok and social media and Jeanette herself, it seemed very clear that this book was not light at all. I feel like maybe this person should have checked the trigger warnings and checked what the book was really mainly about. Anyways, moving on. I can't read anymore because any hate on that book or dislike on that book will hurt my feelings and probably make me cry, to be honest. Okay, now, what book is this again? Oh. This one is a 5-star read for me, but it is a holiday book, which, crazy, right? A Christmas book, 5 stars. Yeah, I know. I was surprised too. It is this bad boy right here. There's Something About Mary by Cody Hall. Okay, it was so good. Perfect Christmas vibes. If you read a Christmas book, that is the one I recommend. This one's super short. It says, no storyline at all, waste of time. Which I don't agree with because there was a storyline. Yes, it wasn't very like events laid out, but it was though. I'm trying to reason with this person, but I thought that there was a storyline. I thought that the whole plot had very good development, and I thought that all the characters like went with the plot exactly. I just can't reason with this person. I'm trying to, but I can't. We're just gonna move on to another review. This person said, a cute concept, but a lot of the dialogue was cringy and childish. Oh, Captain, my Captain, at that time. Also, having these genuine religious references in the same book as explicit sex scenes really threw me off. I wanted to like this book, but just didn't. Which, they do have a point. I don't really remember a lot of the religious references, to be honest. I didn't really catch those, like they weren't memorable to me, but I do remember them mentioning it a few times, and then I do now that I'm piecing it together. There is a little bit of spice in this book. It's pretty spicy, so that does make sense, so I can reason with them on that. And it was kind of cringy, the way that they like dirty talk to each other. That was a little bit cringy, I'm not gonna lie. Some of that I was like, ooh, but I still rated it 5 stars. And then this one says, this book was horrible. It took me forever to read a single page because it was so bland, and when it wasn't bland, it was so cringe. Another cringy comment. I honestly didn't find this book that cringy, other than like the few parts that I've mentioned, but like, it wasn't cringy to the point where I was like, I can't read this anymore, you know? Let's move on to the next one, which is this one right behind me. Winter Girls by Laurie Halse Anderson. Laurie Halse Anderson actually has a decent amount of books. I've only picked up this one, but I know that she wrote Speak, which is another bestseller from her, but We're gonna get into these 1-star reviews. There's actually not that many, but the book isn't as popular as some of the other books in this. There's only one 1-star review, and it says, "This was a beautifully written book, and that, I think, is the problem. When you're writing about anorexia, you have to assume that some anorexic person out there is going to come to your book looking to get triggered, and this book does the job incredibly well. It is full of numbers and poetic writing and quotes that can easily be isolated and used as admittedly cringy but triggering slogans." I do agree. This book is extremely triggering, and with someone that relates to this book heavily, I feel like this is the only book that I did feel kind of triggered with. It wasn't harmfully triggering in a way that harmed me in the aftermath, but I definitely do think that this book could be very triggering to other people that struggle with the topics that are talked about in this book, so definitely be aware of that. But then again, it is very, very well marketed that this book deals with those topics, and this book is going to be like rough in that subject matter. So I feel like with someone dealing with those things, they're most likely not going to pick up a book like this. I don't know what else I can say, because I felt so connected with the writing and the book, disregarding the topic, like topic or not, her writing was just very, very gripping to me. Yeah, there's not too many reviews on that one, so I think I'm just gonna stick to those. Now we have Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid as an author. She is one of my favorite authors that I've picked up multiple books from because I just love her writing style, and I'm sure there's gonna be some 1-star reviews about her writing style, which I'm not gonna agree with. Sorry, I can't. This person seems a little aggressive. They said, "What the actual fuck did I just subject myself to? This period was period excruciating period. I only kept trudging through the tedium because I was fueled by rage." I don't know what she was trying to say there, to be honest. What? We're just gonna ignore her review. This person said, "Breaking news, rich people suck. Let's make it short and painless because I do not care about this book and I want it out of my life." Wow. Okay. This was boring. The combination of present timeline and background story did nothing for me. I was hoping the actual party would be better, but it was somehow even worse. Even the big fire was anticlimactic. These reviews are getting on my nerves because it hurts my heart to see so many people not like these books, because I personally absolutely love them. I can reason with them on one thing. It was the party. I feel like the party did have a very big build-up, and it was kind of slow getting to the party, and then the party was super, super short. But I felt like that was like the purpose of the book. Like, I feel like it needed that build-up to really develop the plot, and then you get the big shaboom at the end, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Gianna? Anyways, I think that it kind of just pulled the whole story together. Okay, this is gonna be the last one I read on this book because we're getting a lot of hate. Sorry, not sorry, I'm an outlier. I'm not a fan of Reid at all. The 1-star goes to the quick pace of the book and seemingly likable characters. There's good character development of the parents too. I am mind blown as to why this qualifies as historical fiction. Yes, it's set in 1983. Big deal. The only mention of the time period was of product labels and name dropping. Huge anchorisms with that name dropping too. A little bit of research would tell you who grew up in Malibu and who was living there in 1983. Okay. This girl's review is literally irrelevant. We're just gonna skip hers. Okay, this person says, "This is really bad. I can't understand why it was received such good reviews. In my opinion, it has nothing to recommend it. Unless you happen to like reading about vicious people doing vicious things and acting in vicious ways, or enjoy stereotyping and cliched writing, or perhaps soap operas. Very disappointing after Daisy Jones and the Six, which I thought was very good. So it's not that Taylor Jenkins Reid can't write well. She patently can, but she doesn't do so here." Just something to say is that I have not read Daisy Jones and the Six. I just feel like it's not the type of book for me that I want to read. I felt like this book was so thrilling, and I didn't think that her writing was cliched at all. Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing is chef's kiss perfection. So I don't really understand where this person's coming from. I don't. I just can't. And lastly, we all know that in my last video, if you haven't seen part 1, you guys should go watch that. But in my last video, I did a book that I absolutely did not like and read the 1-star reviews, and I wanted to see if like I agree with them, which I most likely will. The only book I've DNF'd, it is none other than American Psycho by Easton Ellis. I only DNF'd this book because it just was so extremely boring. The context of it was just not my style and something that I feel like I just could not push through, no matter how hard I tried. But anyways, getting into the 1-star reviews, it says, this one's short. What the actual hell? I just finished reading. Now I need therapy. Wow. Maybe I'm happy I didn't finish this book then. Okay, that one was super short. Review of the first 200 pages because I can't bring myself to finish it. Maybe one day I will be more into self-punishment and finish it, but for now, I'm done. I don't get it. Maybe I missed the point. Was it supposed to be funny? Because it wasn't. It was complete and utter nonsense. Absolutely unenjoyable. Agreed. I made it halfway through the book and then I just couldn't because I didn't care all about Suits. I could care less about it. Let me know if you guys enjoy this book, but I could not get myself to finish it. Plus, it was literally putting me in a slump. Another person said, this is a really messed up book. I can imagine. This one says, reading multiple descriptive accounts of women being mutilated and raped was so yuck. I hate this book. From what I did read, there were a few things, and just how he talked about women in general, it was very unsettling to read and it made me so uncomfortable, and I was like very, very disgusted with Patrick Bateman, like the main character. This girl couldn't have said it better. Well, at least I can agree with the 1-star reviews of this one. I think I've had enough of reading 1-star reviews because every time I do this, my heart just ends up hurting. We are done reading reviews. I think I need a break. I just could not get myself to agree with these reviews. I really hope you guys enjoyed me rating 1-star reviews on my favorite books again. I swear it just becomes more painful every single time I do it. It was overall fun and I love seeing other people's opinions and comparing them. I think I've had enough fun. But yeah, if you guys haven't watched part 1 already, go watch that one. It's super fun and I got my heart hurt in that one as well multiple times. If you guys made it to this point of the video, comment down the angry emoji because that's how I'm feeling right now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. All that YouTube stuff you guys know how to do. And with that, I hope you guys are having an amazing, wonderful day and I'll see you next time. Bye!